Hey, I'm Chris Rodenheiser. Welcome back to another episode of Cooking for Guys, the show intended for guys who are afraid of the kitchen but want to learn how to cook. It's really easy. Today we're going to do a fusilli with a quick tomato sauce. I'm going to have dinner on the table for you in 15 minutes, teach you how to do it, and it's guaranteed to impress your guests. Stick around. Oh, and have I told you that the beauty of this whole thing, this Cooking for Guys show, is that we're not going to be caught up with a whole bunch of recipe items and ingredients that we have to buy. This dish, for example, only uses tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, salt, and pepper. You can have some red chili flakes if you want a little bit of a spiciness to it, and then of course mozzarella cheese, that's optional too, and we'll talk to you about that when we're cooking. Alright, so hang by. Oh, don't forget the pasta. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a cherry tomato. I'm working with cherry tomatoes today, but if you're working with any kind of fresh tomato, if you're working with a bigger one, you're going to cut it into chunks. With cherry tomato, I just need to cut it in half. Those. Okay, the next thing we're going to do with a good sauce, we got to have the garlic, right? So I'm going to take the whole clove of garlic and just kind of press on it and break it open so that we have all the cloves of garlic are easy to get at. Okay, so I have about 3 cloves of garlic. What I want to do is I want to crush the garlic. I don't want to cut it. So I'm just going to lay on the flat side of a knife and I'm just going to press on each clove one at a time. Hey, we're ready to get the sauce going. So I'm going to turn on the flame to very low. I'm going to turn on a very low flame. I already said that, didn't I? And then I'm going to get some my olive oil, and I'm going to use a really good grade olive oil, and I'm going to cook it on a very low heat. Olive oil doesn't like a high heat. So I'm going to put that in the pan. And I'm going to cover the bottom of the pan pretty significantly with the oil. This is a heavily oiled sauce. Then I'm going to add my garlic. And I'm going to add my red chili pepper because I like my sauce just a little bit spicy. If you like it crazy spicy, just add a lot more. I'm cooking the garlic in the olive oil with the pepper right now. And I want to be careful not to brown the garlic because if you do, it kind of gets bitter. The purpose of cooking the garlic in the oil is to flavor the oil, not to give the dish a lot of garlic flavor, but just to flavor that oil. So I used quite a few, 3 cloves of garlic crush, and then I basically take them out. I'm going to go ahead and lay those tomatoes seed side down so that the round part is facing up. If you're using big tomatoes, don't worry about it. Hey, you know what? Tomato sauce purists will tell you don't cook tomatoes with seeds in the skin. You should take that off. But I say baloney. It's a low flame, we're only going to cook it for 10 minutes, and it's not going to impart that bitter flavor that seeds and skin do for a long cooked sauce. Okay, so it's only going to be cooking 10 minutes. Let it go. The tomatoes have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes right now, so the flesh is starting to break down. I'm going to turn them over one at a time. And if you're working with those large cut tomatoes that we were talking about, just kind of give it a stir. But with these, I want to make sure I'm actually flipping the cherry tomatoes. Now that we flipped the tomatoes over, I want to add a little salt and pepper, a little seasoning, you know. So I'm going to take some, I like my salt in a bowl, kosher salt, and I just kind of sprinkle it with my fingers. And I can always add more salt later, so I don't want to over salt. There's nothing you can do to recover from an over salted dish. But you can always add more if it's under salted. And then I love fresh ground pepper on just about any sauce. So I'm going to add some pepper. And we'll add the basil towards the end. While that sauce is cooking, we can go ahead and drop the pasta because this pasta takes about 11 minutes to cook to the al dente stage where we want it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the pasta, and then while it's cooking, I'll just finish up the sauce. Let's go. Okay, take the lid off of that boiling water. I got some rock salt that I like to flavor the water with, and I always put about a half a handful in like that. Got it? Okay, add that. And then we're going to go ahead and open this up. and drop the whole bring it to a rapid boil. It's already pretty much boiling, but I'm going to bring it to a rapid boil. Drop the pasta. Give it a stir and set the timer for 11 minutes so we don't overcook it. Nothing worse than overcooked pasta. 11 minutes is al dente, then 11 minutes is what I'm going to cook it. Now it's going to be 10 minutes and 30 seconds because I've been gabbing. The sauce is just about done. What's been going on is we've been cooking it for about 10 minutes. So if you can kind of pan down here, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. You see these very well cooked cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to basically break them open. And I'm going to release all that cooked flesh. So I'm going to just chop it all up with my spoon, stir it up, and then to tell you the truth, I think it's been cooking long enough. It's perfect. The last step to the pasta sauce is fresh basil leaves. I took a couple tops of basil, rinsed it, and I'm just going to basically tear it real crude like. The flame is off. I don't like to cook with fresh basil. I just like to put it in to flavor the pasta at the end. So we're just going to break that up with our hands. If you want to cut it, you can do that. And then try not to put any stems in there, just the leaves. And then just blend that in. And that gives it a nice, fresh, summery flavor for the sauce. And that's it. That was a 10-minute sauce, people. Hey, you know what? I'm in the mood for some mozzarella today. So I'm going to add about half of this ball of fresh buffalo mozzarella that I can get in an Italian deli or Trader Joe's or whatever. I'm going to cut it in half, and at the very end, after my sauce and my pasta together, I'm going to throw it in, stir it in so it's not all stringy and chewy, but just kind of warm chunks of mozzarella. It's a killer. I'm going to cut it into big chunks and have it all ready to go. Okay, the pasta just cooked. The buzzer just went off, so let's go ahead and drain the pasta. Turn off the flame. Take it over here to the sink. Throw it in a colander. And then you know what? I'm going to return it right back into this so I don't drip water all over the place. Get as much water out as you can with tomato-based sauces. There you go. Bring it back over to the stove. I'm going to add my sauce. Pardon me, I'm going to get a spatula. Get every juicy morsel of this beautiful sauce into my pasta. And then I'm going to stir it up. Now, if you can get a shot inside of here, you'll see that it's not like a typical heavy tomato sauce. This is a very light tomato sauce that we made with fresh tomatoes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my mozzarella. And I have the whole ball chopped up, but I'm just going to put a little bit of it in, maybe half of it. And I'm breaking it up. I know that doesn't look very attractive, but I don't want it to clump in one area. And then I'm going to stir that up. Yeah, that's about right. You don't want to have it too much mozzarella. You just want a little bit like that. Okay, we're ready to plate this stuff. Hey, pasta's ready, so let's go ahead and serve it. You know, they got an expression in Italy. They say a tavola, meaning the pasta's ready, get to the table and eat it, because you don't make pasta wait. It's ready to go. We eat it right now. Serve that up. I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese on this because I like it. Some people don't like it, you don't have to put it on. So today we made the fusilli with the quick tomato sauce. Pretty easy. We had it on the table in like 10 or 15 minutes. I hope you make it, you try it, and you give me a little nod back on how it went. Alright? Buon appetito.